SSM's Wednesday Global Africa program brings to you our news stories, exclusive reporting, and SSM perspectives on the day's top news. Plus, the inside scoop on Africa's most important developing stories. Join us on Wednesdays, 11 a.m. West African time. In a world where news flies around every minute, you need the ability to relate and connect with what matters and stay up to date. Schengen Story Media News Echoes program is Africans in Diaspora and at Home's leading English news network, one of the most trusted, respected sources for news updates on current affairs as they affect global Africa.
Here are 3 things that I absolutely loved about Nigeria. Number 1, I fit in. I fit in. Melanin, caramel, chocolate, mocha, whatever you may call it, I fit in, baby. I felt at home. I didn't feel out of place. I didn't feel like anybody was staring at me. Nobody was looking at me strange when I walked around in the stores. I mean, everybody was minding their own business. Number 2, the people. I mean, Nigerians are a vibe. The diverse culture, the different tribes, the different religions, the people are a vibe, okay? Whatever it is that you're looking for, they got it in Nigeria, okay? And they see you. They see you. They notice you. There's a sense of community. People care. Yes. And of course, you might be woken up at 2 a.m. because there's church going on a loudspeaker, but hey, nothing wrong with a little godliness, okay? Relax. Number 3, I love that Nigerians are resilient. They are resilient. Very ambitious and resilient people. They don't depend on the government for anything. They will figure out how they can take care of themselves. They see their systems. They know it's messed up. And guess what? They still thrive and they still figure out a way to make it work. So shout out to all my Nigerians. You are nothing but queens and kings in my eyes. If you're an LDR couple and you're not yet following us, what are you waiting for? Make sure you engage from the bottom up and we'll do the same. I'll see you in the next video.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerian soul, are proud to serve our sovereign motherland.
Schengen Story, buy your copy. Schengen Story, buy your copy. Schengen Story is African journal detailing events, lifestyle, fashion, various kinds of stories within the Africans in Europe. So you want to get a copy of what is going on. This is our way of putting out our own side of the story in Europe. In most cases, the media, the European media doesn't talk much about the Africans. And if they do, it's negative. So Schengen Story is putting out what really happens within the African community in Europe. Schengen Story is giving out that story, detailing events, lifestyle, giving out all good, great informations of Africans in Europe. So get your own copy, Schengen Story. And if you have a story to tell, you have something to say, you have an article to put out, feel free to contact us, Schengen Story Team, and let's have your story in this epic movement of mainstream media going on in Europe. So get a copy, Schengen Story magazine. Buy your copy, Schengen Story, Schengen Story, Schengen Story. Get your copy.
If you want the future of Nigeria to be better for you, not for me. Not for me at all, for your generation. Anybody in Nigeria today who is affected by the rottenness of the government, by the unpalatable situation of the poor man in every application, no light, no water, roads are bad, education bad, health bad. We make sure that the Obi is turned to power. Any other thing, you are in a mess.
We hope we will not be in a mess. Good morning, viewers around the world. It's a beautiful morning out here in Milan, and I'm here in the studio. Joining me also is my colleague. My name is Mark Godwin Iweajuwa, and we are here to give our midweek news update, the Global Africa update. So who do I have on the frame on the other side?
My name is Dr. Olufemi Obakaronwi, all the way from London, England. Hello, fellow Nigerians all over the world and citizens of the world.
Nice. You are welcome, great man. You are there in that very cold region. We're also here freezing, doing minus, but we thank God for everything. It's good to see you. Man, yesterday, the Senate was in heavy division. The House of Rep were also in a rowdy session. Confusion in both places, the green chamber, the red chamber, and it's all about the e-transmission of electoral of election. Big man, Doctor, what do you have on this story? But before you go, maybe we could just see a small thing from the what was happening there. Let's see. Very noisy. That's so embarrassing and it's very noisy. Dr. Olufemi, can you make sense of what is going on? Tell us what is all of this? Did you see that?
That is at least that is democracy at play. When the voice of Nigerians or the voice of all the opposition is heard, that's democracy. But let us look at what this is all about. This is just noise from irresponsible legislation, which is influenced by external forces. Now, to me, let me explain something very clear. This is just stupidity and childishness. E-transmission of election is sacrosanct because of what's been passed. Real time what is the definition of real time?
Real time.
That is one thing, because it can be timed to something. I now listen to Mike again, former INEC executive.
Bob. Okay.
Yes. All this they are doing is childish and stupidity, because that e-transmission does not stop election rigging. E-transmission does not stop election rigging. What is going to stop election rigging is discretion, as it does discretion of the electoral officers. Because what we do is manual voting is still part of our election. Manual collation of vote is still part of our election. Manual recording of election is still part of our election. What is transmitted is the pictorial evidence of the result signed by the parties and transmitted to the IREV, which can be seen on the screen of political parties or INEC, because that has been transmitted there. Now, what I think should have been concerned, if these people are really sensible, or the people standing outside the National Assembly, if they are really about politics or real election, because they are losers and they're just shouting like nuisance and children. What we're talking about is the discretionary form, that when you put your thumbprint into the IREV and into the beaver, and it does not capture you, there are forms that you have to fill to say, okay, the electoral officer has used his discretion to allow you to vote. What Mike Guillen said was that a lot of local governments, especially in the north, that they just bring out, they don't even look at the beaver anymore, just give out this form, fill it out, and they pile up the electoral the boxes. And that's where election is rigged. All this transmission, it is just childish and playing to the gallery. What has that got to do? When you've captured the picture, it is just capturing the result that's already been recorded and been sent. If there is a discrepancy between it, they look at there are 18 political parties. One party has tampered with their own, or the INEC officer has tampered with their own. 18 says it is wrong. INEC Beaver says it is wrong. That can be clarified. All this noise that they are making is an attention seeking, or to make it look, because they know they are going to lose election, to make it look as if the election was rigged.
Hear this now. From a human point of view, we're not now going to be logical. Let's just be reasonable. Democracy is the voice of the people. Now, if the majority of the people, these people,
who's majority?
No. What you see there is more like a majority.
15 legislators walked out of 109. You calling that majority?
No,
15 out of 109. You call that majority?
The other ones also said they don't agree. Even
they don't agree to what? They did not work out.
But working out is not the issue now. The issue is the demand of the people.
Mark, those people, the people you are talking about, I disagree with you. The people are being represented by the Senate. Hold on. The people are represented by the legislators.
Okay.
We have 109. 15 disagreed and walked out. They said, when they were passing the bill, they said, nay, and they kept quiet. So you cannot say the majority, there's no majority anywhere. The majority passed the bill. The minority did not pass the bill.
I don't agree. The majority were for or against the bill, because what we have now is APC as a party.
Oh, no.
No.
I'll continue.
Yes, APC is the only party that agrees
and
to
has
this.
majority.
Okay, and has majority. But
so where is the majority coming from? Why is the majority we're talking about coming from?
You're saying something that is interesting. We don't say majority. That some people didn't work out does not mean they were in agreement.
You said majority, and you said also APC what? APC is the majority, and APC did not work out. And the people that worked out are not APC. And you said the majority. So let's be careful of the use of word. Minority disagreed. Okay. Minority disagreed. They have a right to disagree. That's democracy. They have a right to disagree. But the thing I've told you, what they are shouting about is just attention seeking. What they are asking for? Tell me what they are asking for that they need to change.
Note that outside these places they are now, the Green Chamber, the Red Chamber, they are in Abuja.
Yeah.
Protest is also going on. We'll talk about that later.
Protest of minority individuals who doesn't have anything to do, just standing in front of the National Assembly shouting that there should be electric voting. Where do we have electronic voting? Where do we have electronic voting in the world? Electronic voting. There's a buy. There's part of electric and buy. There's no total electronic voting anywhere in the world. What we have is they have part of electric part of, even in United Kingdom, we don't have electric voting. We do manual, we do collation, and we do all those things. Even in America, they don't have fully. Estonia is the side of Bushodi. Sorry?
Former INEC officer Yakubu Mahmudu has said that this thing is very possible. He said they've test-run it in Nasarawa in some states. He said, why not do what people are demanding to do? Because, I mean, if you have people protesting, you have some people walking out, that means it's not in accordance. Even if they are minority, like you're saying, but a lot of us also that probably don't have the say. We don't have power in the House of Rep. We're not protesting.
Test run what? Please, test run what? Test run what?
Yakubu.
What did they test run?
Yes.
What did they test run?
He said they test because people were bringing the talk of the network. Nigeria is not one.
Test run what? Let us be clear on this one, Mark. Test run what?
At the test run e-voting, electronic voting coming out in real time.
No.
I can give you the video now. He said that now. Did you hear the interview he had with BBC? He had an interview with BBC, and he said they've test run having real-time electronic voting. He said, listen, he said, listen, the result does not even need internet to send. This was the words of the chairman that was there before. And if he could be saying this, he is the
You are mixing up the information. He said if they test electronic transmission of results. There is no provision. Beaver does not even have electronic voting. The thing is, when they try something, when they tried in 2015, they tried in some states. Some people have lost their fingers. The thumb printing does not recognize some printing because of the hard work some people do. So they had to discard it. So they went back to the paper voting. We are still voting on paper. So e-voting is different from transmission. Please don't mix it up. That's what they are trying to mix it. Those people standing outside are misinforming Nigerians. They are talking about electronic voting. Meanwhile, the discussion is about electronic transmission. So those people outside are just confusionists. They are confusing Nigerians, making Nigerians believe that they are talking about electronic voting. Nowhere in the world is electronic voting totally the form of election. Nowhere. What we're talking about is transmission. Transmission, he said 93% of Nigeria is covered by e-voting, by telecom. So therefore, when results are collated, they can be transferred to the IREV and transferred to INEC. 93%. What we are talking about is that nobody is disputing that. Please, let us be careful. You say APC is trying to APC. This is not. APC wants that as well. We are saying is this. When you say it at a real time, what is your definition of real time? Are we telling that if you vote in Bukana, which is 3 hours on water to Yenogwa, so when you vote at 6 p.m. and the result did not go through, by the time you get to Yenogwa and they say that their vote has been disqualified, you emphasize those people in Bukana because the voting did not come back on time. Real time is 2 hours after election. That is what we are talking about. Like somebody said, election is not in Abuja and in Lagos. There are so many hinterlands that are not properly covered. When you get to those places,
big man, you see now you're contradicting yourself.
It is not. It is not. What we are saying is this: if it is possible, listen, Mark, if it is possible, when it is sent, it must be sent, and the time that it be sent must be recorded. If that is the case, let it be recorded. But do not say that real time. That is real time. That is to say, if it doesn't get to the IRF at a particular time, those people are disenfranchised. We are talking about disenfranchising the local people in the local communities. That's what we're talking about. So when you're talking about real time, what is your I'll ask you, Mark, what's your definition of real time? What's your definition of real time?
Yes, the real time is as something is happening, whatever it may be, event, occurrence, anything, as it's happening, it is being reported or it is being submitted, or at that same moment it's happening.
So when is not when is real time is not when is not real time? When is this not real time?
Very good. Now this is it. When you put it like this, you are the one now contradicting the whole thing. Now, each location has their real time.
Educate me.
Each location cannot follow a real time of one of the other. Now, if probably Ondo starts around 9,
yes,
and they start 9, the electoral bossman in Ondo should know when they've been given to submit. So if Ondo starts 9 and Ondo is given 4 hours for election, Ondo 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. So by 1 o'clock in Ondo time, everything should be collated and submitted. That's the real time. If in Yanagua, they started around 11 because of some situation, they cannot compare themselves. They cannot use the same
there's
time.
no real time anymore. There is no real time.
It is real time to the different destination. That's what they mean. Not that real time everybody must do in that same time. No, because we've never.
You can't do that in law. You can't do discretionally. You can't do discretion, individual discretion in law. The law does not recognize individual discretion. The law does not recognize that. If you say real time, what law recognizes that if there's a particular time on a date, there's a date for election. If you miss those dates, you are disqualified. If there's time to submit, if you miss that time, you are disqualified. That's why some people are disqualified from election. If you say real time, you put a time to it. Real time, definition of real time, I can Google it for you. Real time means at a specific time. So you cannot say real time is 7 o'clock in Kaduna, real time is 12 o'clock in Lagos, real time is 5 o'clock in Yenogua, real time is 3 o'clock. Then there's no real time.
No, this is not what they are protesting for, and this is not what it really means. We are putting now. Listen to this. Let me just be logical again. Now, why do we change the amendment to this pattern that does not augur with people?
What are the people? Who are the people? These are losers. Those are opposition who are supposed to be. Who are supposed to listen? These are supposed to be looking for electoral officers that will man their post. They are not doing that. They are saying at National Assembly real time. What is? I've asked you now. You are giving me different contradictions to real time. You, as educated, as smart, as intelligent you are now. You cannot give me. You want the local man on the street to understand real time.
All right, let's go to anyway,
my brother, those people making noise in the National Assembly, they are playing to the gallery. Most of them knows that when election proper is recorded and sent to the IRF, they will not come back. They have lost their governors. Their governors are in another party. The House of Assembly in their party is in another party. So they are calling themselves opposition. Opposition to who? The thing is this: they are the people that make. There are 14 of them. 14 out of 109 is calling themselves majority. They are standing inside of the National Assembly to do what? To shout at the National Assembly and calling people holy, 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 holy. The thing is this: let me tell you the common thing later. What does real time say? The real time is, if you say real time, say, okay, elections stop at 6 o'clock. By law, elections start at 6 o'clock. Every election should be counted by 6 o'clock. If you say real time, say by 9 p.m., all results must be coming. Okay, if you put real time to it, it will disenfranchise some Nigerians. That's what we are talking about.
Let's help our viewers watch it. So anyway, the clause they said that is being approved says that a presiding officer shall electronically transmit the result from each polling unit to the IRF portal in real time, which we're talking on now. And such transmission shall be done after the prescribed form, that's the EC8A form, has been signed.
Has been completed.
Yes, by the presiding officer or co-signed by the candidates or any agent that is in that place. So this is the issue that has been done. And they will be submitting this bill to the president for final verification and stuff.
I'm going to ask you a question. Is that the only point in there? Real time?
Yes, that's the major real time.
E-transmission, you agree that e-transmission is in the act?
Yes, the e-transmission.
The only word is real time, and the real time is not subject to different states and different conditions.
So now, let's see how this plays out, because my own is that if the major, I see it as more people. I mean, they are consigned interest in this. So if there is that kind of situation, we don't go ahead and make the bill, because it will cause confusion. Some people do not agree. So why not come to an agreement point where everybody understands and see, and maybe they even explain what you are trying to explain, even though you're contradicting yourself.
Mark, you are failing to understand something. There's a timetable for the election.
There's a timetable.
If we don't pass this electoral bill on time, it will not be useful for the 2027 election. There was 2 years of town hall meetings where this so-called opposition should have aired and do these demonstrations all the while. They did not do that. They sat inside in their home, and where this vote have been passed, and that's why they start making noise. That's what I want us to understand. The joke behind these so-called people, the joke behind those so-called people standing in front of the National Assembly.
No, but really, let's not call it a joke. Like you started a beautiful statement with.
But listen, where were they when they were doing time hall meeting? They should have done that.
You use the word. This is democracy in action, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
So part of the democracy in action is people will protest. Not everybody agrees to everything. There will be those resentment, there will be those opposition and everything. And let's come to that now. Now, viewers, we have viewers watching us. Viewers, also the Occupy National Assembly protest is still going on this e-transmission of results. That protest continues. In fact, we had some people yesterday in the protest complain of being tear gassed, and it wasn't too nice. Let's see that clip, Dr. Femi, and come talk about it.
Americans and Nigerians were in the Capitol Hill presenting their request. Nobody sent a tear gas. You can imagine me. You can imagine in this place right now. I just came in from the States. And you can imagine Nigerians in a peaceful demonstration. And you're pumping tear gas on Nigerians. Just imagine me right now.
Protest has been peaceful.
This request is simple request by the people. Simple request by the citizen. And all that they need to do is to listen to the citizen and not to come and threaten the citizen. This our younger generation. I was passing and I saw these younger people standing for the future of the nation. And what this country, what these people can do is to bomb tear gas on innocent Nigerians. Now, I'm saying this. I'm saying this to every Nigerian. Let me say this. You are responsible to decide what happened in your country.
You are responsible to decide what happens to your country, to your future. That man is a clergyman from the north. I don't know much about him, but I know he's a clergyman. He speaks. He's also like an activist. Dr. Femi, let's be human. Truly. Not everybody understands. Maybe INEC need to do, maybe the Senate, you see, that's where we come in, Dr. Femi. We are not relating with our people in accordance with what democracy says. Now, people are not being carried along. People are not being informed. But yes, they're not being informed. No, Dr. Femi, you must be true. You are giving your definition of e-transmission, real time, and all of that. Now, how come the Senate does not have a rep, a spokesperson that comes out after every session and says what these things are, make people understand and tell them the gain, if possible, and what their disadvantages are? These are what we are saying, Dr. Femi. Now look, young men out there protesting, and they are being tear gassed. They are being dealt with as if they are criminals. Meanwhile, they are not holding any arm. They are doing their civic rights, and this is how we treat them. Let's talk about this.
Now, Now, on the fact that people are tear gassed, it is appalling. It is condemnable. It is not right.
Okay.
Be as much as this is, the information we had was that some people were trying to force themselves into the premises of the National Assembly. That was when the police had to use force. Nobody said they shouldn't stand outside and protest. They've been doing it for days. But because there was a session yesterday, some people wanted to force themselves into the premises of National Assembly, and the police resisted that. They do not have a right, and they don't have a pass to go into the premises. Even in the United Kingdom, if you have to go to the parliament to demonstrate, to stay outside on the field. I've joined them before on issues. You be still on the field, you stay outside there and do your protest. You don't go into the premises of National Assembly to go and protest. Those people wanted to force themselves to the premises, and that was why. So, but no, by and large, they are not allowed. Secondly, the gentleman that was talking about just coming out from the United States, he is an opposition clergyman. He comes online and condemn everything that has to do with the ruling party. So coming there to stand as if he's a neutral person, that is the kind of things we talk about. If you are a neutral person and talking about Nigerian case, it is a different thing. The young man behind him, white, green, this man still come on national television and say the election was rigged. The judiciary is useless. Is the election was paid? This man is a non-obedient. So when they come out and start talking as if they are just Nigerians protesting, it is just a disservice to what protest is all about. If you are protesting for a good cause, we know about that. But when you are protesting as an opposition and you are anything that government does is wrong, it's like Rufai was saying, joining them and saying that, oh, we are protesting on as neutral ground. We know where he stands. It's always anti-government. That gentleman in Kango cap with green, he is an obedient to the core. No matter what anybody says, he insults President Bola Ahmed Tinubu live on television on his handle. So when he's coming and say, "Oh, we are just there protecting," these people negate the tenets of protest. But by and large, tear gassing them is wrong. Tear gassing or harassing them is wrong. But they should not force themselves into the premise of National Assembly for security reasons, and so that the people that have been elected to take decision on behalf of Nigerians could do their lawful duty.
Thank you very much, Dr. Femi. You're also putting out your own very...
Sorry, before you said Nigerians were not carried along. Yes. That's why I was shaking my head.
Yes.
For 2 years, for 2 years, there were public gatherings, there were town hall meetings to discuss electoral reforms. These people did not attend. These people did not show their displeasure. These people did not go and protest at these places. When this has been turned into a law, to an act, that's why they start protesting. It is like you are locking the gate when the horse are already bolted. So that's the case we're talking about here. If they want to make an amendment, they should go and lobby their legislators to do the amendment.
If they want to make an amendment, they should lobby their
legislators,
representatives. Okay, Dr. Femi, thank you. Dr. Femi, the UK ends visa stickers for Nigerians. Now it's going to be e-visa, like they said, from February 25th. Do you have that story, and can you explain? Do you understand that story?
Yeah. In the past, when you have visas on Nigeria, it's stamped, it's pasted on your passport, and it tells whether you are multiple or you are single entry or you are visiting or leave to remain. It is stamped on your passport. At the back of it, your picture is stuck onto the back of it, and that's what's the situation. But they're going to go to visa. The e-visa we're talking about here would just be, which we have some visas already like that. Is the BRP. Is like that at the moment. It's like a card. Instead of you having a visa on your passport, you have a card, like an ID card that has your picture and all the stuff on it. That's it. Yeah. So instead of your passport, they swipe it on the system and it shows all your details. So instead of that, the card expires at the time of each visitation. So when the expiration of your visa, so when they expire, you have to apply for another one. They give you another one. So they're stamping and all the stuff. So it will reduce the queue at the border entry, so that all you need to do is just swipe it like a ATM card. Swipe it and shows your details, and the barricade will open. It's being used at the border or Europe borders in Dover and other stuff when you're coming into Europe. That's being used at the moment.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's another good one. Viewers, you're hearing us speak, Dr. Femi putting out good viewpoints and explanation to all the occurrences. So UK will replace physical visa stickers with mandatory e-visa for Nigerians under the fully digital immigration system, they say. So from February 25th, next week, that is it, they will discontinue that issuance of physical visa sticker to Nigerian travelers. So take note of these, viewers, and be ready to follow the new plan. Dr. Femi, let's just go straight up to everything. African First Ladies around in Africa recognizes Oluremi Tinubu for her advanced arrangement in girl-child education and hygiene of the girl child. And that sounds good. What will you say about this thing? It's an effort she's making there. Is that not so?
Yes. There's a saying that says that educate a child, you educate a child, you educate a home. You educate a home, you educate a nation. And you have a lot of communities in Nigeria, especially in the northern part of Nigeria. Child education, especially girl child education, is seen as a waste of money. And therefore you will find a lot of them with infant mortality. The infant mortality rate is very high there. Very high there. And because of VVF, vascular fusion, because child birth, for early child marriage. And so when they go to school, the possibility of that is removed, and that is STEM in the board. So we have that. We begin to educate a nation. Also in the other part of Nigeria, girls are traders, and they're seen as good traders in petty trading and all this stuff. Girls can do better than that. And therefore, educating the girl child should be seen as something that should be taken up on board by most governors, House of Assembly and all this stuff. So that when we talk about that, we'll be educating our nation. And it's a good thing that is coming from African first ladies.
Yes, African first ladies. And let's say this here, that we need to do more and more.
Yes.
Dr. Femi, you know about you just talked about that, the circumcision of females. That's the practice done in Africa too. That is not helping, because it sometimes even kills those girls, and sometimes it renders them. It kills the human, the woman.
It dehumanizing them.
Dehumanizing them. Some of these issues should be brought forward more, talked about. Also, hygiene of the girl child. We need to look at that. All of this sets the pace for a beautiful Africa, a progressing Africa, advancing Africa. Because we can't
education, like you said, is a good thing. Education goes beyond classroom education. Education it goes beyond. When you're talking about girl child education, goes beyond child education. Classroom education. It encompasses all education, including trading, healthcare, personal hygiene, community healthcare, and all the stuff. So it's encompassing. That's why I want to assume. I'm not really read into the program itself, but I assume that's what it will entail. It entails more than just education in the classroom. It entails child education, classroom education, the environmental education, healthcare, and self-care as well. So that goes a long way, even in helping us with hygiene and cleanliness within ourselves, so that little diseases and infections are nip in the bud, and because the hygiene is top notch.
And you say you've not gone into what they're doing, but you're speaking exactly what is going on, and that's just what it is. That's the whole thing. So you have an idea of what is going on. So we want to applaud Her Excellency, our First Lady. We want to applaud her efforts. We want to applaud her efforts. Did you hear the applause there?
Yes, I did. And I did mine as well.
Yes. Please, Mommy, the First Lady, go ahead, keep doing this. Bring change. God, there's a word that came to, in the Bible story, that it came to a lady at a point in time. He said, God have put you in that position for a time like this. So helping the girl child will be a big impact in our lives, in the girls' lives, and for her too, to be recognized also for that advocacy. Dr. Femi, thank you very much. Dr. Femi, let's look at also NIDCOM. NIDCOM is that Nigerian Diaspora Commission that says we're able to bring back some girls that were being trafficked to Ghana. We had the news yesterday, and they came into that situation. That's the NIDCOM boss, Madam Abike Daberi, Honorable Abike Daberi Erewa. She said they were able to bring 13 girls rescued from trafficking in Ghana, and she cautioned against youth going overseas on such arrangements. Now, we know that this is happening more, Dr. Femi. This is happening more. Girls are being trafficked. They will be lied to. There's job, there's tailoring job, there is this, fashion, there's all of this. Alas, what is there is she's going to prostitute. She's going to be on the street selling her body, and we can't be doing this at this time. We know prostitution is a universal thing. The whites are doing it, everybody's doing it, but people should not be coerced into it. People should not be tricked into it, trafficked into it. What do you say, Dr. Femi?
I say it's a sad narrative that we have that kind of situation that we have in Ghana. Ghana is just one spot. They have all over the place. We have a young man recently online that was tricked to go to Russia to go and fight. Yes. And there's a lot of them there. And the thing is when the people lose confidence in their nation, they tend to grab for anything. And I have to say this online for record.
Okay.
It is not every nation that is better than your nation because they are white colored or they are other colors. Some people feel that until you get out of Nigeria, you cannot make it. There are a lot of people making it in Nigeria. All you need to look at the best all around you and begin to look through those areas of our economy. The thing is, a lot of Nigerians, even United Kingdom, a lot of Nigerians are dying because, one, they can't go home because they've sold everything off and they realize that United Kingdom is not what they thought it was. Can I tell you, I lost a junior brother's friend 2 days ago because of stress. So when we talk about things like this, we need to educate ourselves. Not everyone is built to be out here in United Kingdom. Some people are doing way better than those who are in Europe. Well, you have to understand that there are opportunities around you. You need to look at those opportunities. Don't let people trick you into slavery. There are people in Saudi Arabia, there are people in Oman who are in slavery, or because they say they're going to take them to golden fleece abroad. Most of these golden fleece are not what they seems to be. Please, Nigerians, wherever you are, be careful. What looks too good may not be good.
What looks too good may not be good. So that's the story coming from Ghana, Nigeria. NIDCOM were able to rescue 13 of these people, and they were adults, and they said they had 2 babies among them. So probably babies from these women, and you will bet it could be babies from the,
the business.
That business they were indulging. Okay, Dr. Femi, let me hit you this one. I don't know if you've heard this. And Afeni Ferre, raises alarm over rising terror, kidnapping that is happening in Southwest and neighboring states. That Yoruba social political organization, Afenifere, you can see it there, that's the logo there. They are now calling out and saying it's becoming too much, this terrorism in that side of their territory, the Southwest. We know the Kwara is almost in the Southwest. We know all these ones that have been happening. Dr. Femi is shouting now, calling out. What will you say?
Yeah.
I think it's,
yes.
it's
when Afenifere says something like this, we should listen, because they are the one feeling the pranks of the people. And these are the work of the governors. The governors are asleep. Now, when we're talking about this, the security votes is given out every time. Every year, there are hundreds of billions voted for security, and we do not know where the security money is spent, what is spent on. Our Afenifere group, the Yoruba, the Southwest state formed what's called the security group, Amotekun. But this Amotekun is not well funded.
Okay.
Where is the security vote going? So when Afenifere is calling out, they're calling out because they can see the hypocrisy of the governors.
Okay.
And when we're talking about this insecurity, we need to say this and register this. We know there will not be kidnapping and this kind of thing in Southwest if Southwesterners are not involved. I will repeat myself. If Southwesterners are not involved in this kidnapping, it won't work. Most of these kidnapping are done with connive with Southwesterners. Recently, in Edo State, I think Edo State or Delta, I can't remember precisely now, a young man who was kidnapped and his brother killed, who was a medical doctor, found out the two people that came to his hospital to bring their daughter in were his kidnappers. Where is kidnappers? That is to say those kidnappers live in the same community with him. So when we're talking about him there, so this means that and I said it before, and I said the other day, and we were arguing with Sir George, security is local. Security is local. You cannot bring anybody from afar. They will help. But security is local. What happens is this: when you equip those security which are local, they know who is who, they know who lives here, they know when somebody is strange is within their community, and when strange things are happening within their community, because you have given them equipment for intelligence, they're able to nip it in the bud. You don't wait until it becomes a national issue or global issue. So Afenifere is right to call out. State governors, wake up.
State governors, wake up. So they are calling out. They even said also neighboring states around them, Kogi, Edo states, are also experiencing very strong terrorist attack. So state government, wake up. We've been saying this countless times. I agree with you on this one, Dr. Femi. The state government is where the problem lies. They need to wake up and arrange their own local vigilantes or whatever it may be. Well, it's not only Afenifere that is shouting this time. The Ebonyi killing, Ebonyi State in southeast.
Yeah.
The governor also has imposed a curfew in that town. That we saw that very gruesome incident. Then we can't play the video here because
it's too gruesome. Too gruesome.
Heads taken off, and what they said was community. It was a community thing. I don't know. And some suspect anyway have been held.
Arrested.
Yes. So the governor is also calling up and saying something has to be done. So governor, I think that governor name is Iwefu. Iwefu should you two see more into your local security than just talking. Let's have more solutions. Dr. Femi, let's crop it up now. But before we go, we heard that the Muslim very special moment. That's the what is called Ramadan. The Ramadan has begun. Ramadan began today. The Sultan of Sokoto, that is the chairman of the Northern Traditional Rulers Council, The Sultan has declared that they saw the moon, they sighted the moon, and he also declared that the Ramadan begins from today. So from today, 18th February, this is the first day of the holy month of Ramadan. And he urges Muslims to use this month of Ramadan to pray against this insecurity that has behaved Nigeria, insecurity that is ravaging all parts of our country. So we'll use this period to do that. And I think the Ramadan is falling the same time with the, I think the Christian.
Today is Ash Wednesday, isn't it?
Can you imagine? Can you imagine that, Dr. Femi? So now when we have these two sacred moments, the clash, the Christian Ash Wednesday and the Muslim Ramadan fasting, this means that this is power, this is spiritual forces, energy, spiritual energy coming together.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to use it for good and for a better life for ourselves and for our country. What do you want to say about all of this?
I think it's not coincidence that this happened. I used to tell, I actually joked about it with my wife a couple of days ago, and I said, you know, it seems this is the God we serve is a Nigerian. So because some things that will have turned some countries over, belly up, happen in Nigeria and just goes on like that. This is just another case. Ramadan and Easter, the fasting, 40 days fasting, coming together, Ash Wednesday coming the same day. I just pray that the God Almighty will give us the grace to fast and also have a reflection on the lives we live and the life of our nation, so that we will not just live the life and just count the days, but we count it with wisdom and understanding.
Count it with wisdom and understanding. So there you go, viewers. Ramadan and Christian fasting jamming together the same day, and we want to use the opportunity to really get better our lives, personal lives, like Femi saying, and also collectively as a country, as a people, and children of God. Dr. Femi, also in a solemn way, we want to send our condolences to the family of the Jesse Jackson, the American civil rights icon and two-time presidential candidate that died yesterday. 84
of the
years.
Democratic Party.
So let's talk about him a little. Jesse Jackson, did he also help his people as a black man? Was he there for them? Do you think
I think throughout his lifetime, his life was dedicated to the struggle, and his life was dedicated to the emancipation of the Black American. They said he spoke out during apartheid. He spoke out through the period, and also I thank God he was able to see the year when Obama was inaugurated as the president of America. That was the icing on the cake for him. And he said that although he was able to achieve it himself, but he laid out the foundation for it, and that happened in his lifetime. And I want to console with his family that he has lived a great life. He's a legend. The legacy is left behind is unequal. So we should always just emulate and just look forward to letting our life count, the life we live, let it count for something. Let it really count.
But don't you think he would have wished to have become the black president? He did more of the struggle to be a president, but he never came to him.
I think like I said, he tried his best. He tried, but that was the fun. John the Baptist did not become the savior. What he did was to till the ground for Jesus Christ. So I think he tilled the ground for Obama. They are the ones that actually tilled the ground. They are the ones that were with Martin Luther King. So they were all the years. So they were the ones that actually tilled the ground all these years. So they were the one that actually created the inroad for the people like Obama to walk on that path. They actually tilled the road. He might not be what he actually want to be, but his contribution cannot be just waved away.
His contribution cannot be waved away. on this note, I want to thank you, Dr. Femi. We came as usual, bash goes, like they say. But but
we didn't talk about El Rufai's case in court, which I think is going to court today.
Yes, let's talk about that. But Dr. Femi, El Rufai saying some things. For example, talking about the poisonous chemical that is being brought. We should not wave it off with it. I mean, yes, it should not be waved off. So, but what do you think? You were saying probably could be used to, take off some of our.
Yeah, I said something the other day. The National Security Advisor to the Office of National Security Advisor is said to have imported the. Okay, let's assume that they have done that. It's a National Security Advisor's office who is in charge of security of Nigeria, and we are fighting insurgencies. Now, I am not saying that is a real fact. So let us be careful with this. I just said in there, when it is it possible that the office have imported this material for the purpose of dealing with insurgents in the bushes, or dealing with insurgents who comes in and go and live in the bushes, and maybe with the support of the American government, they have done this. This is the equipment we need. This is a chemical we need. Pay for it, import it, and we'll use it on your behalf to deal with insurgents. And Malam El Rufai has come on national television to talk about it. The Malam should be investigated. That's a criminal offense to tap the phone of the office of the National Security Advisor. Malam needs to have his day in court, and he should be jailed, because he said it on there. People that did that in England, their career were over straight away. Some people almost went to jail. The newspaper was discontinued, and people were still paying for it till now.
Yes,
if people can do that,
such acts are very, very dangerous.
Criminal. It's criminal.
But the thing is, the man talks too much. That's just what it is. Because
like I said, he runs diarrhea of the mouth. He should go to toilet, and the toilet will be in Kirikiri or Gusau.
But a lot of people do that. Some people do that because they have that power to do it. They know how to go into so, and they don't talk about it. We know that also. Also, agencies do it. Most times, you might not know, Dr. Femi, the Scotland Yard could be tapping your phone. But you guys,
they will not come on national television and say we do it. That's Scotland Yard. That is Scotland Yard. We're not talking about individual tapping government phone. Individual tapping government official phone is a crime.
It's a crime. Okay. So, but anyway, the man runs too much. That's why
he runs. He's running diarrhea of the mouth. He will go to toilet in Gusau or Kirikiri.
He's being held, and some people are protesting also for him. He's their man. He's their papa. He's their governor. He's this and that. So we have a situation. We have too many interests. Everybody has interest in something, one thing or the other. The protest on him yesterday was very strong. Did you see that? They came out in numbers. They were banging things angrily and saying their own too. So
Mark, there was one incident that happened in the 80s. The governorship aspirant in Lagos State, his ADC, following his order, shot somebody and killed the person. They protested. He was arrested. He was arraigned in court. He went to jail. So this idea of thinking that because you are an opposition or you are a big man, then you can commit crime. No, if you and me cannot commit that crime, Malam El Rufai should have his day in court. Mine is that he should have his day in court.
Try strong. Okay, for me, let's go. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much for having me.
Straight up, 1 hour of good discussion, good viewpoints, opinionated points, angles. Thank you. So
thank you very much.
Yes, it was really wonderful being around. So viewers, this is it. We've been here on this 18th day of February, Wednesday, 2026, African International Updates. And till we come again Friday, have a great day. God bless you.
Peace out. God bless.
Peace.